There are some secrets that don't just break families, they shatter your entire understanding of reality. For 5 years, I lived under the same roof as my mother-in-law, sharing meals, celebrating birthdays, building what I thought was trust. But on a humid afternoon in August, inside a native doctor's cramped shrine, I learnt the horrifying truth. The woman who smiled at me every morning had been feeding me her menstrual blood. And when the doctor lifted that clay bowl, still stained with evidence I couldn't unsee, my knees buckled. This is not folklore. This is not fiction. This is what happened when tradition, desperation, and dark manipulation collided in my marriage. And by the time you reach the end of this story, you will understand why some bonds are meant to be broken. But before I start, please make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. This will keep me encouraged. Also comment below. Let me know which part of the world my amazing friends are watching from. Enjoy. My name doesn't matter for this story. What matters is that I was 24 when I married Chike. Young, optimistic, ridiculously in love. He was everything the aunties whispered about during Sunday gatherings. Educated, respectful, from a good family. That last part, that's where everything went wrong. Chige's mother, Mama Nena, welcomed me with open arms. Too open, I'd realized later. From day one, she insisted I call her Mama. Not mother-in-law, just Mama. She cooked my favorite meals without me ever mentioning them. She braided my hair on Saturday afternoons while telling me stories about Chike's childhood. She defended me when Chike's sisters made snide comments about my cooking or my career. I thought I'd won the in-law lottery. We lived in their family compound in Enugu. It's common in our culture. The firstborn son often brings his wife home, especially when his father has passed. I didn't mind. The house was spacious and Mama Nena made everything feel warm, welcoming, safe. Every morning, she'd bring me a special tea. Herbs, she said, for fertility, for strength, for womanly balance. The liquid was dark, almost rust-colored, with a metallic aftertaste I never quite got used to. But I drank it every single morning because that's what good daughters-in-law do. They honor the wisdom of their elders. 6 months into our marriage, I started noticing changes. Small things at first. I became more agreeable, less likely to challenge Chike when he made decisions I disagreed with. My career ambitions, once fiery and all-consuming, started feeling distant, unimportant. My friends noticed before I did. Iweadeze pulled me aside at a wedding and asked why I'd stopped returning her calls. Ngozi said I'd changed, that I seemed dimmer somehow, like someone had turned down my brightness. I laughed it off. I'm just adjusting to married life, I told them. This is maturity. This is growth. But it wasn't. I stopped arguing when Chike suggested I quit my banking job. I nodded when Mama Nena said, career women make poor mothers. I smiled when they discussed having 4 children, even though I'd always wanted to wait, to build financial security first. Every opinion I'd held firmly just months before became negotiable, flexible, erasable. The intimacy between Chike and me intensified in strange ways. He became possessive, obsessive. He'd call me 15 times a day. He'd fly into rages if I spoke to male colleagues. He'd check my phone, my emails, my location. And instead of recognizing this as controlling behavior, I found it romantic. Proof of his love, proof of his commitment. My mother visited once during the 2nd year. She pulled me into the guest room and gripped my shoulders. You are fading, she said. Her eyes were wet with worry. This isn't you. Come home with me. Just for a week, please. I refused. I'm happy, Mama, I insisted. You're just not used to seeing me as a wife. She left crying. Year 3 brought the first crack in the facade. I still hadn't conceived, despite what Mama Nena called all her preparations. The family started whispering. Chike's uncle suggested I visit a specialist. His sisters openly discussed alternative arrangements. second wives, adoptions, divorce. But Mama Nena remained steadfast. She will conceive, she'd announce at family gatherings. I've made sure of it. The confidence in her voice always seemed odd, too certain, like she knew something the rest of us didn't. Then came the dreams, dark, vivid, recurring nightmares where I was drowning in red water. I'd wake up gasping, my nightgown drenched in sweat with the taste of rust in my mouth. Chike slept through these episodes undisturbed, as if he couldn't hear my screams. I started feeling watched. Even alone in our bedroom, I sensed eyes on me. Shadows moved in my peripheral vision. Objects I'd placed in one spot would appear in another. A photo of my mother, face down. My Bible hidden under the bed. My wedding ring loose on my finger when it had fit perfectly before. I mentioned these things to Mama Nena. She'd make that clicking sound with her tongue, dismissive and knowing. It's stress, my daughter. Your body wants a baby. Your mind is playing tricks. Here, drink your tea. It will calm you. And I drink it every time. The turning point came during a visit from my cousin, Ebele. She's what people in the village call sensitive, spiritually aware. The moment she entered the compound, her face changed. She grabbed my hand and whispered, "There's something very wrong in this house." That night, she refused to eat Mama Nena's food. She insisted we go out for dinner, just the two of us. At the restaurant, she leaned across the table, her voice urgent and low. "Have you been drinking anything Mama prepares? Anything she gives you alone?" "The tea," I admitted, "every morning, for fertility." Ebele's face went pale. "We're going to see someone tomorrow, a native doctor, a real one, not these charlatans in the city, someone who can see what's been done to you." I should have refused. The old me would have. But something in her terror reached through the fog in my mind. Some buried instinct for self-preservation flickered to life. I agreed. We told Mama Nena we were going shopping. We drove 3 hours to a village I'd never heard of, to a compound marked with white chalk symbols and the smell of burning herbs. The native doctor was a small man with eyes that seemed to look through you rather than at you. He didn't ask questions. He simply told Ebele to bring me inside. The consultation room was dim, lit by oil lamps that cast dancing shadows on clay walls. The doctor circled me 3 times, muttering in a dialect I didn't understand. Then he stopped, his face grave. "Someone has bound you. Blood magic, very powerful, very old, done by someone close, someone you trust." He disappeared into a back room and returned carrying a clay bowl, small, crude, stained with dark residue that made my stomach turn. He placed it on the mat between us. "Do you recognize this?" he asked. I didn't, but as I stared at it, memories flooded back. Mama Nena in the kitchen before dawn. Mama Nena stirring my tea with intense concentration. Mama Nena smiling as she watched me drink every single morning, with an expression I'd mistaken for love. "This bowl," the doctor continued, "has been used in a ritual to bind you to this family, to make you compliant, to suppress your will. The main ingredient in your morning tea has been menstrual blood from your mother-in-law." The room spun. I heard Ebele gasp beside me. I heard my own voice, distant and strange, asking for how long. "Based on the residue and the depth of the binding," he said, "at least 5 years since you entered that house." I vomited right there on his floor. The cleansing ritual took 3 days. Baths in herbal water, incantations, sacrifices I still don't fully understand. With each passing hour, I felt layers peeling away. The fog lifted. My thoughts sharpened. Anger, real righteous anger, returned to my body like blood flow to a numb limb. I never went back to that house. Ebele helped me pack my things while Chiki was at work. We didn't take everything, just what mattered. My documents, my mother's jewelry, my certificates, my freedom. Chike called 100 times. Mama Nena sent messages through relatives. They denied everything, called me possessed, said I'd be influenced by bad friends and Western ideas. The
the family rallied around them. Even people I thought were my allies chose the comfort of tradition over the ugliness of truth. The divorce took 8 months. I didn't fight for property or money. I just wanted my name back, my life back, my mind back. It's been 2 years now. I've rebuilt from scratch. New city, new career, new understanding of what love actually means. I've learned that tradition and culture, as beautiful as they are, can also be weapons when wielded by desperate people. I've learned that not everyone who feeds you wishes you well. I've learned that your body knows the truth even when your mind has been corrupted to deny it. Some people ask if I regret marrying Chike. I don't. Regret implies I had complete agency, and I didn't. I was a girl who trusted the wrong people. That's not a character flaw. That's a tragedy. What I do regret is not listening sooner. To my mother, to my friends, to that small voice that kept whispering, something's wrong here, even as I swallowed it down with that rust-colored tea. If my story sounds extreme, impossible, like something from another era, I understand. I thought the same thing. Until it happened to me. Until I saw that bone. Until I tasted freedom again and realized how long I'd been imprisoned. This is why I'm sharing this. Not for pity, not for revenge, but because somewhere someone is drinking something they shouldn't, trusting someone they shouldn't, losing themselves and calling it love. This is for them, for you. Some families are not sanctuaries, they are traps. And recognizing that doesn't make you ungrateful or westernized or disrespectful. It makes you free.